Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Just a quick video today. I want to show you how we clean out the harvest right and get it ready for your next batch. This is the large harvest right freeze dryer. We have 5 trays in here, and we also have 5 extra trays that we purchased so we can get whatever we have wanting to freeze dry ready. We got it ready in the freezer right now to put in here. But as we take this out, I'm going to show you how we clean it out real quick and get it ready for our next batch. So right now, this harvest right just finished a batch of mangoes. It says here process complete, and we need to open up the drain here on the side. I have a cooling fan here that blows air into the harvest right. It kind of helps it out a little bit. Now I'm going to open up the drain, or not the drain valve, but to let air back into the chamber. So now all the vacuum is released, or the air is back into the chamber. Now we can open our door. Now I wipe off all the condensation because you don't want none of this condensation dripping into your freeze-dried food, obviously. That'd be a waste. Okay. Then you want to check them to make sure they're not icy or cold. They seem pretty good. They're still, now they might be a little soft because of the sugar content. But if you don't feel like they're good and they're still a little icy or cold or moist, put them back in there and you can hit more dry time. I think they're pretty good though. So we're going to take these out and I'm going to show you how to clean this all out. Alright, now that the food is all out of the freeze dryer, what we're going to do is put on here defrost. What's going to happen now is these shells are going to start warming up and they'll start defrosting the inside. You can see all the ice in there right now. And before we start our next batch, all that ice has got to be gone. So what it says here is to keep the drain valve open on the side and hit continue. Now these will start warming up and melting this ice around here. Now this usually takes 2 hours. If you let it go for 2 hours, it will take all that ice out of there and it'll go all down the drain into a bucket that I have set up underneath this cart. But what we're going to do to save time, because we have another batch waiting of eggs that we're going to be doing in here, raw scrambled eggs. It's got 2 hours, but we're going to stop the defrost process in about half hour or 40 minutes, basically. What that will do is all this ice that's stuck to the inside of the chamber, it'll start separating, and we can start removing the tray and the ice in chunks and put it in a bucket, clean the inside real good, clean the trays off, and put everything back together, and we're ready for our next batch. I'll show you how we do that. Okay, now that it's defrosting, what we're going to do is close the door. That'll keep the heat in there and get the ice melting. And we're going to come back in about a half hour to 40 minutes. And we're going to see if we can start taking the ice out. Alright, so it's going to depend how much ice you have in the machine. It could take anywhere from a half hour to 40 minutes or even up to an hour. The ice in here was pretty darn thick. The last batch of mangoes we did, we had the trays pretty over full, and there was a lot of water content in that, so the ice was really thick in here. But it could take about an hour in some cases. But what you would typically do, or what we do, is if you look here, see how the ice now is separated from the wall? All the ice in here it moves freely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end it, end the defrost cycle, and now I can take the seal off here, door seal, and the trays are going to be pretty warm, but they're not hot enough to burn you. I turn them sideways generally. That will make the water fall off the shelves, and then I'll get a bucket, the ice, putting all that in the buckets. Also what I do, there's going to be a lot of water on the bottom here. I usually get the machine and I tip it up. And what that'll do is it'll bring the water all back to the drain hole back there and get the water out of there. That's essentially what you do, is you take all the ice out. And it could get messy. And you just keep working at the ice and get it all out. Some can fall on the floor, but what are you going to do? This will save you a lot of time. Like that one. Now what we want to do is unplug it, the shelves, unplug it from the back, and put it aside. And here we got tons of ice. Get yourself a rag and wipe the inside all down. Alright guys, the next thing we need to do here on the shelves, make sure they're dry and there's no water droplets on them. Just get yourself a towel, a rag, and wipe it all down. Also go in between the shelves and wipe each one down. Make sure there's no water. I usually do this on a table or something, but decided to hold it this time. Switch sides, go in there with your hand and take wipe down all the shelves. Okay, and now we can put it inside. What we want to do is plug it back in. Get your plug. Get that all plugged in. Put the shelves back. Make sure the rim of your chamber here is clean and dry. Now, you should always inspect the door seal inside the groove here. And if it's okay if there's any water in there, but you got to make sure it's clean and with no debris, lint, string, whatever, you know, none of that in there. What you should do if you're having a problem with inadequate vacuum error coming up on your display here, it's most likely the door seal is not sealing well. When I first got this, I had a lot of problems with vacuum errors, and it was two other issues, and also the door seal. I had a bad door seal. But what I also had to do with this one here, because I had a few times that happened with this one, put it under the sink or go outside with your garden hose with some nice pressure and go in there inside here in the groove and squirt it down really, really good, or just get soap and water and something that'll fit in the groove, or something you can push a rag down in there, a soapy rag, and clean that whole groove on the inside. Rinse it all out real good and dry it with maybe some compressed air. If you got a compressor in your garage, air compressor, or just let it dry, whatever. Just make sure it's clean in there, and then you're ready to install it. All right, so what I like to do is get a lint-free type of rag, get it wet, and wipe that door seal from any lint or debris, whatever it could be on there. Okay? Very important. Also, with the rag, what you want to do is clean your door seal, or I'm sorry, the door itself. Make sure it's all clean. And now we are ready for the second batch that we're going to put in here. So what I like to do is get a towel and I put it right here like this, and just cram it in there. Because I got mine set up on a cart. If you don't have your machine on a cart, you're gonna have to put some towels or something there, because what happens, depending how humid your house is, you'll get condensation built up on here, because this gets pretty cold here, the door seal. You'll get a lot of condensation. Eventually that part will freeze, but you'll still get a lot of condensation, and it'll drip down here, and depending if you have it on a wooden table or whatever, it can make a mess there. So I just put a rag under there, and it takes and it collects all the water droplets. So basically, guys, that is it. Now we're ready for our second batch. We got a batch of raw scrambled eggs we're going to put in here, and we are all set to go. All right, guys, just a simple, quick video on how we save a little time on going from batch to batch. You don't have to wait the full 12 hours, or I'm sorry, the full 2 hours for this to defrost. Normally, it should take a half hour to 40 minutes. If you have a lot of ice in here, it could take an hour, a little more. But once that ice separates from the wall of the chamber in here, you can start taking it out in chunks. Save you a lot of time, and that way you'll be ready to your next batch a lot faster. All right, guys, so thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.